Okay, guys, so this video is going to go over the counterclaim paragraph and the conclusion. If you have not watched the first video about the introduction and the claim paragraphs, you need to go back and watch that first. So this is the fourth paragraph in my essay. This is where I present my counterclaim. Remember, you absolutely must have a counterclaim in your argumentative essay. I start off my paragraph by saying, however, a counterclaim could be presented with the photo of the product as well. So I just want to show you, you don't have to do this, but what I did was I focused on one of the elements I already presented in my claim. I focused on the photo of the product. You don't have to do that. You could choose a completely different element that makes the ad disagree with whatever your claim is. But I'm choosing the photo of the product. So I mentioned that a counterclaim could be presented. Remember, when you're arguing with someone, you don't want to help their argument, but you do have to mention it. You have to acknowledge it. So this is my topic sentence. However, a counterclaim could be presented with the photo of the product as well. I go on to say, some people may feel that the ad is ineffective because all of the options shown include meat and dairy products. There are vegan and vegetarian consumers who may feel left out of the audience for this series being introduced by Subway. At first glance of this ad, there is no appeal for someone who does not eat meat or dairy because they are the main ingredients displayed. This fact argues the idea that the advertisement could possibly be ineffective. So again, I'm providing details. That support why some people may have a counterclaim against this ad. And I chose to focus on the fact that because the photo only shows products that have meat included and dairy, it may turn off a certain population of people. That's what I chose to do. Now, I could have, this is not written here, but I'm just mentioning, I could have said the colors in the ad make it not effective for some people. I could have chosen anything, but I chose to focus on something that I already mentioned. Most importantly, the concluding sentence of this paragraph states that this could argue with my idea. And this is why some people might see it as ineffective. Again, it is very important that you acknowledge your counterclaim and even provide the details of why you understand there is a counterclaim. But you're not going to fight for it as much as you're going to fight for your own claim. You're just going to mention it. And summarize it. You still need to have the concluding sentence here. So this is my counterclaim paragraph. Now let's scroll down to the conclusion. Finally, I'm going to be done. In conclusion, that should be a comma. This is why it's important to proofread. In conclusion, I think the Subway series advertisement is very effective. Again, I'm restating my claim. All right, I go on to say it presents consumers with familiarity and options. The theme and photo of the products help to attract and entice consumers. Where did I get this information from? These are just details that we talked about when we talked about the idea of what advertisements should do in class. We use the words entice and attract, persuade. You could even use that here. This last sentence is what is very important in your conclusion. And I also want you guys to notice that I did speak in first person in my conclusion. It is okay to do that here because the conclusion is where you're really presenting what you think should happen after this. That is called your call to action. You will see that listed on your outline. The call to action should just be, what do you think should happen after this? And I know some of you are probably writing these essays like, I don't really care what happens. Well, for the purpose of the essay, hypothetically, if you were to have a call to action about advertisements in general, or this particular advertisement, this is how I stated that. Although I think in the future, Subway should put more effort into appealing to a wider range of consumers by showing vegan and vegetarian options in their ads. I just focused on that one detail that I felt like would make some people say it's ineffective. So I didn't come up with something completely new. I also, even though I spoke in first person, I did not make it personal. I didn't say, oh, I think their subs should be on sale and more people will buy them. I didn't say, when I go from now on, I'm going to purchase this sub. I stayed focused on my topic and all of the elements that I talked about. So this is my call to action. You must have a call to action, no matter how small it is, in your argumentative essay, in the conclusion. And that is a review of the sample of the counterclaim and the conclusion of your argumentative essay.